Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Your girl Indigo Diamond here with another video. Filming 2 videos today again because we've had two more seasons of Drag Race, 2 more episodes of Drag Race. We will see what happens. Today, for the first bit, we are going to be speaking about Drag Race UK Season 2, Episode 3. Not that I completely forgot where I was at that point in my life. Before we get into that, and while I'm hair out of my face, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It lets you know when I do new videos. And make sure you give this video a thumbs up and leave in the comment section below. Who are you rooting for? Who do you want to win Season 2 of UK Drag Race? Apparently I'm very out of breath now. While I'm on the subject of being out of breath actually, has anyone noticed that my dress isn't riding up as much? These buttons aren't folding in on themselves. I've started doing exercise like an hour after I finish work in the week, so like Monday to Friday. I go downstairs after work and do a nice little hour of Just Dance on the Switch. And apparently I am starting to lose some weight, which is nice to feel. I mean, I've still got a long way to go, but you know, it's a start, isn't it? It's a start. Now, Episode 3 of Drag Race UK Season 2. My thoughts. So, the challenge itself, they had to do essentially they had to pair up, and then they had to they each got a box with sort of like the same sort of material, colour and everything like that, and they had to essentially compete against each other for who wore it best. So we'll go through the pairs if I can remember who was with who and what they did. So Ahura was with Tace and they had black. Ahura wore it best. I definitely think at the outfit wise Ahura's was better. I hated the boots. I did not like those boots with that outfit at all. I also am not the biggest fan of Ahura. She just seems like a dick for dick's sake. Like, it's the end of the episode in Light Untucked. She essentially just came for tea or coffee, and it was just like, where did that come from? Like, it just came across as being rude, not shady, just rude, and I'm not here for that. I'm sorry, but that, you know, that's really all I can say. Grace's outfit was passable, I guess. They said it was very fashiony, so I don't get fashion, but okay. And, you know, she made it through, she was alright. Green, we had Veronica Green and Tia Coffee. Veronica wore it best. Veronica, there was 2 people I thought could have been the winner of the challenge. Veronica was one of them. I will say that with her outfit it was quite flowy, but I just wish she'd had boobs because it was just very flat and it looked like it should have had boobs. My personal opinion again. But apart from that, really liked the outfit. I thought she did a good job. Tia Coffee's outfit was a choice. I think it was going to be a difficult challenge for her anyway because she doesn't sew, sort of thing. And, you know, I think considering she doesn't sew, it was an alright outfit, but it's just not really okay for Drag Race, is it? And I felt really bad for her because they were saying on the runway about how, you know, she's got this really like model look to her, like body wise. They were referenced to like olive oil from Popeye. Sorry, I've got a hair that's just driving me insane. I can see it, but it can't. I can see it, but I can't get it apparently. And I get it because, you know, it is one of those things. I think she could wear some really beautiful clothes, and then all the stuff she wears just is really quite basic and sort of thing you'd expect. I was saying to my sister, the clothes she wears are very much the sort of thing you'd expect someone like me to wear. So the sort of person that is sort of just starting out in it, you know, still trying to find their footing. I mean, especially for me at the moment because I'm trying to lose weight. You know, most of the clothes I have over there don't fit me at the moment, this is the only one that really does. It's starting to fit me a bit better because of the fact that obviously he's starting to lose weight. So we'll get into the other clothes eventually, and you know, maybe I'll have some less basic stuff at some point in the future. But you know, so I definitely agreed with my sister on that. It was a case of her clothes are just very basic, and it's just not Drag Race. But Tea or Coffee ended up in the bottom 2. We will get to that later because we are not quite at that point yet. With Pink, we had Sister and Ginny Lemon. Rue decided to tell Ginny Lemon to maybe go down more of a sexy route and try and go down that side, which she did. She rose to the challenge. Her outfit was hideous. It didn't fit properly because she doesn't wear boobs, and obviously you've got a whole separate bit there that you've got to worry about. So with Ginny Lemon, it literally just went so they gave her kudos for trying and said, you know, maybe this is something you should look into. It's one of those things though, like for me, I'm sat there going, you must favour like the Drag Race UK girls a bit more for sort of things like that, because US Drag Race, no shade, if someone tried something different and they didn't do it well and they looked rubbish, you would put them in the bottom. But it was what it was. Sister looked okay. You know, compared to Ginny, she was the one that wore it best out of the two. But Ginny and Sister both ended up safe, so it's all good. They're here for another week. What colours have we got left? Blue, we had Bimini Bon Boulash and Astina Mandela. Now, Bimini Bon Boulash, I thought, yeah, it was an alright outfit. You know, it was something a bit different for her, maybe because she wore more sort of like a dress with it. Obviously there was a bit of sluttiness in there because that is Bimini Bon Boulash. But, you know, I definitely think she was fine to get through. You know, happy for her to go through, and happy to see what she does next week. Astina Mandela ended up in the bottom 2. Get to that in a minute. We'll make that one of the last things because I might end up ranting about that. And then we had Gold, which was green, pink, black, blue, gold. Yeah, gold's the last one. Now, that was Ellie Diamond and Lawrence Chaney. Now, Lawrence Chaney won the challenge. I agree with that. I mean, for me, it was between Veronica and Lawrence. I would have been happy either way. Lawrence took the win. I'm good with that. I love Lawrence. So, Lawrence is on the leaderboard now, getting a point because they've got a win. So, for UK Drag Race, it's currently Veronica Green and Lawrence Chaney in first place. You know, they're joint. They both have 1 point. Happy days. I have seen a lot of people say that Ellie Diamond should have won. I disagree. I'm going to be very unpopular. I disagree. For me, it was an alright outfit. Wasn't better than Lawrence. Lawrence had like a whole nice sort of sheer see-through top, and then a lovely sort of like skirt, or it kind of like turned into a lovely like dress. Ellie Diamond's was literally a spangled bodysuit. Did it look nice? Yes, but it's a bodysuit. This is the sort of thing that Michelle Visage especially would be like, you know, it is a bodysuit. So I don't think she should have won at all. I think her not being the one that wore it best out of the gold was definitely correct as well. I started off really liking Ellie Diamond, and I'm liking her less and less, and she just I think it's because she just seems to be coming across as very full of herself. So it's kind of putting me off her. I'm just like, alright, you know, you seem to be talking a big game, but you don't seem to be doing very well. Like with the challenge, she was like, oh, you know, it would crush Lawrence if I beat her at this. And I was sat there going, and you didn't. So, you know, you're running off your mouth and just, it's not paying off, is it? No. So, I don't know. She's kind of going down in my estimations. Obviously, you know, still fierce queen. You know, you do you. But personality on the show, I'm not feeling it. You know, her and Ahura, I think, are the two that... I mean, Ahura, I'm just like, I'm done with you at this point. I don't know if you can bounce back. Ellie Diamond is still kind of on the downward spiral. Obviously, they are queens of their own rights. They got there for a reason. I've got nothing against them personally because I don't know them personally. All I know is what I'm seeing on a TV show, and that's going to be the tiniest bit of who they actually are. So, as much as they're not my cup of tea on the show, I still follow them on Instagram. They have lovely posts. They do lovely outfits. I have no grudges against them. It's a TV show. Why would I? If you hold any grudges against them, sit yourself down, educate yourself. It's a TV show. It may be called reality TV, but there is like nothing real about it for the most part. Right, so we've kind of gone through the challenge, gone through the girls. Bottom two, Astina Mandela, Tia Coffee. The lip sync. Astina Mandela got sent home and Tia Coffee stayed. I love Tia Coffee. I think she's a fabulous queen. Love her personality. Did great in Rats the Musical. Critique is obviously voice crack. Only critique is the clothing, because you're on Drag Race. As I said, any other sort of like normal gig, anything like that, wouldn't bat an eyelid. But you're on Drag Race. Unfortunately, you do kind of have to be at a certain level for the public in general, but also for the show. The judges pulled her apart for it. So I love Tia Coffee so much. I don't think her staying was right. I'm not sure. I'm so conflicted by this because I love Tia Coffee. I'm happy for her to continue. I'm looking forward to seeing more of her. But Astina Mandela, for me, I thought she won the lip sync, like hands down. For me, it wasn't a question. I was like, oh, bye Tia, we'll see you later. And then they saved her, and I was like, are we gonna have our first double save of like Drag Race UK? Are we doing a double save in season 2? And then they just sent Astina home, and I was like, I'm sorry, what? I'm confused. Is she like, is it gonna be a joke? She like comes back in like a minute. They kind of like get the little TV message in the workroom, and they're like, just kidding, girl, get back to the hotel. But no, they just sent her home, and I was like, what? Is my hearing going? Huh? I don't know. I feel like Drag Race UK is like season 13, the girls that have gone home so far. It made sense. I was like, yeah, they lost the lip sync. They didn't do great in the challenge. It is what it is. Drag Race UK, they're just like, nah, we'll just send you home today. We'll send you home. Yep, bye. And I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. It's like, am I going? Who's gone home next week? Michelle. It just seems very random with who they're picking, but as I always say, I'm not a judge. For me personally, I'm still Lawrence Cheney, Veronica Green are my top 2. I'm not sure on my third place person, because I don't know, everyone else is just kind of like all on like level ground. I don't know, but Tia Coffee's got to prove herself next week, because she beat out Astina, which I'm still not sure right choice, but I'm happy she's here. So obviously she's going to be starting on the bottom of the run for next week, because she survived the lip sync, and Lawrence Cheney is going to be at the top because just one challenge. Speaking of Lawrence Cheney, one of my favourite things from this episode was when she was talking to Ru, and she was talking about Ahura and Taste, and she was like, there's a lot of sexual tension. Don't think that was the right accent. I don't know what accent that was. But I was sat there, I was like, it was just seeing the girls' faces when they're like, I can't do a Welsh accent, but like, Taste was like, what do you mean sexual tension? And it's just like, come on, like, elephant in the room much. But we did have a very touching moment. I'm not talking about all the tears in, on the runway and in the workroom. Bimini Bombulash and Ginny Lemon had a really beautiful heart-to-heart this week. It was about being non-binary, about how they don't identify as being male, don't identify as being female. And I think this is a really important conversation to be shown on TV, especially for the UK and on the BBC. In the BBC? It's that point of going, especially for like Ginny, because she was saying about how her whole life, you know, she's not really felt this or that, and she's always been told that she's been ugly and stupid, which I don't think's a fair thing to say to anyone. But it's that important message of it's your life. You know, you don't ask people for permission for certain things, you know, and they shouldn't give it. It's your life. You are who you are, and that's no one else's business. You know, they can't tell you how you feel because they are not you. They don't know how you feel. They can try and identify with how you feel. At the end of the day, it's like with anything, you know, only thing I can really think of is grieving. So when people die, everyone grieves differently. And, you know, it's to do with who you are. Everyone deals with things differently. We are the human race. None of us are the same. You know, we may look similar, or if we have an identical twin, we may look the same. But when you go below that, into the brain, we're all completely different people. And we need to realise that. And stop trying to fit everyone into a box. Because we don't all fit into a box. And that's okay. Ending on a bit of a sad note today. I mean, it's not so much a sad note. I'd say maybe more like a kind of like, if you're different, it's okay. You know, as long as you're being true to who you are, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. If anything, living as your true self will make people maybe like you more, because at the end of the day, you're being honest with them. You know, you're living as yourself, and if you're not living as yourself, the people who are friends with you and do like you, do they really like you, or do they like this idea that you're putting forward? I don't know. But I firmly believe just live as you are, be yourself. Be yourself to free yourself. What was that from? I don't remember. Indigo Diamond. Ahead. But that is, another shocking elimination for Drag Race UK. What's happening? I don't know. Maybe the producers do. Someone ask them. But if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Say hello. I feel like I'm doing a share moment. Oh, say hello. Tell me, who are you rooting for? Got a new microphone. I'm not used to it yet. Who are you rooting for? Who do you want to win? Or who do you want your top 3 to be? Let me know. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Hair back. But that is going to be it for Drag Race UK Season 2, Episode 3. And I will see you guys next time. See ya! Oh, voice went weird.